how to insert pictures and resize images. As you can tell, this image is quite large, and as you can tell, this image is much cleaner than the other one. So in order to get the best picture quality, it's very important that you know how to resize images. This one could be a little bit smaller, but this is an example of one that I have resized. So, first step is that we go to our page, and we happen to be at our home page, so I'm going to click over here. And for all image resizing, we need to go to Slider Light Options right here and click this arrow. Alright, so this is pretty straightforward. Here's an image that I uploaded. If you want to change that, then we would just click and then choose our other image. If we want to upload another file, then we would do that here. But first, we have to use a imaging software program, and one that I recommend that I found pretty straightforward is Pixlr.com, and that's where I did this image here, that I was able to save it. So by doing that, I was able to manipulate the image however that I wanted it to. That's why I was able to get such a clean image. So first step is go to Pixlr.com, and then once you are there, click Pixlr Editor, and then we want to open image from computer. So let's really go with this Santa Clara logo right here that needs some work. So I'm going to click open, and then there it is. So our first step is to actually resize the canvas, but first there's a lock right here. We want to double click that lock. So whenever we see a lock over here, we want to make sure that that's unclicked. So for image, we're going to click canvas size, and the best size for the template that we're using in our blog would be 980 by 390. So that's very important there. So I'm going to go ahead and type this in, 980 by 390, and that's going to get us really, really good picture quality for our site. Alright, so the next step that we do to clean this up a little bit is we want to go over here at Tools and click the black arrow, and that allows us to move around our image some. Okay. Now we're having some trouble here because the image is a little too big for the canvas size. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Image, or actually, excuse me, we're going to go to Edit, and we're going to click Free Transform. So by doing this, you want to make sure and you hold Shift at the same time, and you want to drag a corner in, and that's going to make the image smaller while keeping the same dimensions. So make sure you're holding down Shift, and then we just drag that in until it's the size that we want it. Which I'll say something about like that. So as you can tell, that image there fits in pretty nicely. So what we're going to do is, do we want to? Yes. So I'm going to save the file, and then once we do that, it'll save to the desktop. Let's call this something else. We'll call it Pixlr Test. Alright, and then if we go to the desktop, it is right here. So let's go back to our website, and we are going to do Media Library, Add New, choose the file, Pixlr Test, choose, click Upload, and now it is in our library. So now let's go all the way back to Pages, and let's go to our home page. Now if you remember, all the changes that we make are in Slider Light Options, and here we just have our Mammoth logo here. So we want to replace that, and we want to do that with our Pixlr Test, which I'm actually having trouble finding it right now. So I'm just going to click and drag like that. And once we have that selected, I'm going to say Insert into Page. And we have to make sure to click Update. And then we can go to our page and see that it's much cleaner. Now granted, it's not really centered and it's more to one side than the other, but it's more of a guess and check type of process, and it is much cleaner than the bigger image that we saw. So that is how you resize an image.